Well, hello there on 3/19/25. A few things have happened. Not too many things are blipping on the radar, but some things are going here and there. There's some diplomacy talks and some slight organization between our members, but we're just taking it easy. This week has been really, I think, the most relaxing, which is great. We've been having pure 8 weeks of war, so it's nice to have a little break. Now, speaking of, it appears that the Nomad Alliance, decided to message me. Now, about 6 weeks ago, I sent a message to every single person who has died in the Genesis systems, looking on Zkill and then looking at every single organization there. I sent a message, looks kind of like this message, basically saying, hey, we're going to help you with basically defense fleets and resource mining and roaming. Just because we're essentially, we're in Genesis, we're trying to help out everyone in Genesis, I believe. Um, Indirectly, there's some other groups, I can't really say their name, but there are some other groups trying to help the Genesis region. One of them that I can say is the Pillars of Genesis. I know for sure that organization is helping smaller groups in the region. But particularly, the Nomad Alliance reached out to me 6 weeks later after I sent them a message, which I thought was odd. So I go into this Discord and I say, hey, what's going on 6 weeks later? And I tell my members, the reason why I hate these diplomacy talks is because 95% of them say they start out with, hello, my name is blah, blah, blah. Oh, would you like to join my alliance? And then I'm like, what? So basically, what we're proposing here is we have about 30 to 35 active PvPers, so that's where we're going around saying stuff. We initially didn't come up with this idea. We were kind of bandwagoning off the idea of the initiative helping out miners in the Genesis region, so we're just kind of like continuing that process to help people in the region. So when we messaged, or this group messaged us 6 weeks later, we were like, what could they possibly want? We go into the meeting and they say, hello, Krella. We're the Nomad Alliance. Would you like to join our alliance? We got nullsec. And I'm like, oh. I don't need nullsec. I don't need wormholes. I don't need lowsec. I got all the resources I need. I got all the minerals I need. I got everything I need. If anything, it would probably be nicer if I had an easier access station to reaction materials. But it's kind of the position I put myself in. So I was like, what do you mean join you? Right? Because I got over 1,400 members in tow. So that's not an easy ask. So my first response was like, hey, so have you looked into who I am at all on Dotlan? In-game info tab, employment history, anything? They're like, no. I'm like, well, I have 2 alliances with over 1,400 members. We're not looking to live in nullsec or fight someone else's wars or do anything like that. We're in the Genesis region helping people defend the Genesis region, and we're also helping newer corporations, whether they be 3 months or 3 years whatsoever, have, basically placing down Athenors and moon mining in HiSec. Yeah, I know the common, oh, well, it's stupid to put down an Athenor in HiSec. I don't care. I'm not here for that conversation. I'm just here trying to help people defend what they have while they're still in the game. So I was incredibly offended when I send a message like this saying, hey, listen, the Rebels Alliance, we're offering you our hand. We'll help you, we'll protect you, we will work with you. I'm holding out my hand like, hey, I'll help you. And the person doesn't even pay attention to this message or what I'm saying, and it's just like, I want you to join my alliance. Oh, you're not joining my alliance? Okay, bye. And then he immediately kicks me from the Discord, from the Nomad Alliance Discord. And I'm just like, wow. I mean, it does make sense that a guy who messages me 6 weeks after the fact, and then I go and I'm like, hey, yeah, sure, you guys need help? You guys going to war? What's going on? And I'm going in there because I'm looking for a friend. I'm looking to help people out. I know EVE Online is a really, really hard game. And I see 10-man corporations quit the game forever, never to be seen again. Or I'll see people just quit the game because things are too tough, or things are too slow, or things are too boring. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to try to prevent people from doing that by trying to help them to make as much money on the game as they can so they don't run into issues like that. And the number one issue I see people run into is, well, sorry, Krello, I forgot about my PI, and because of that, I wasn't able to flex my account. And it's like, well, mistakes happen, but it's like, if people refuse that information, refuse to basically be self-preservation to their account so they can flex it, it's really hard for me to help people. That's why, for example, if you're going into one of these and you're a leader talking to another leader, you're not talking to Joe Schmo general line member. You're talking to a guy who represents other people. I know it may seem like it, but that's sadly the situation we find ourselves to be in, where I am an alliance leader of over 1,400 members, and the Nomad Alliance wiped their fucking ass with my message, me offering them help, and they're just like one of these other big huge conglomerates. Oh, what's that? What's your name? I'm not gonna look it up. I want you to join me. You're not gonna join me? Alright, fine, leave. It's just like, why would you do that, Nomad Alliance? Oh well, I hope they're not messaging other people, because like me and EVE Online, I've seen a lot of things, and the number one thing is loyalty. And when things get tough, and things will eventually get tough, yeah, sure, you can sit in a comms room or in Discord and you can joke around with somebody for 8 weeks or a couple months, but when stuff's hitting the fan, is that person really going to undock their ship for yours? That's the real question I ask myself, because I'm sitting here throwing my weight around saying, hey, listen, our 30-man fleet, we're not a big group, but we'll help you. Our 30-man group will help you. And they're just like, just give me all your members. You won't give me your members? All right, bye. It's just, it's disappointing. It's a waste of time for everyone involved. And I haven't checked the amount of members in the Nomad Alliance, but I'm pretty sure they don't have as many members as me. And normally behavior is repeated on this game, so if they're going around ignoring all the context in this message, and they're just blindly asking people to join them, I'd feel bad who was next on their list. I don't know what else to say, but other than that, EVE Online looks great. The updates look great. Everyone's acclimating perfectly. The economy could be a little bit better, but we'll see in a few weeks.